Scorpio, and welcome to your June 2018 general reading. I'll be doing my love readings next week, and that's really strange. Your additional guidance card that showed up poised. You know what, when I did your reading, I've got this thing going on about fear at the moment, and how, you know, one day we won't be here, and this thing to embrace life, okay? And the full card showed up for you, okay? No longer listening to fear. The dog's now white, which means its fears have been cleared. It's no longer dominated by unconscious programming put in there when we're young that tells us we're not good enough, all that stuff that needs to be cleared, okay? That sometimes we just need to reach out and we need to take risks and trust what happens. And you've got the poised card, which is almost the same message. It's like ready to embrace anything, because fear is the biggest thief of our happiness. And I don't know where that came from, Scorpio. I think it's a message for you, okay? So you've got two aces coming through. And it's this card you've got in your relationship house. I think some of you are resisting something. I'll clarify it when I get there, okay? So the cards you've got coming into June are the High Priestess and the Four of Wands. So the High Priestess is the Oracle card. It's also that deep, 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 deep part of us, that well. And sometimes that well needs to be cleared out, because that well is full of muddy, muddy, muddy rubbish. Not rubbish, but all belief systems that are no longer serving your highest potential. The High Priestess is about going within and clearing those waters so you get that new beginning. So we're no longer going round and round and round in old crappy karmic patterns. It's with the Four of Wands. This is crossing a threshold, celebration, good news, okay? And these are quite deep cards to have together, to tell you the truth. It's almost like by going within, you're going to emerge into a new chapter. Okay, there's an old saying, if you don't go within, you go without, okay? So all new beginnings start with the energy of the High Priestess, where we bring forward new intentions and new desires for our life, okay? Believe it or not, this universe is really, really simple. It comes down to some fundamental, simple rules, okay? But it's a feeling that some Scorpios, especially because Jupiter has been retrograde, there's been a lot of reflection and reorganizing about your life, because your waters run really, really deep, Scorpio, and you cannot have those waters muddy. And it's not that they don't become muddy, but you need to work hard to keep those waters clear. That's what the High Priestess is, and if we do that, that's how we birth new beginnings, and not the same old karmic patterns of the past. Now what you most want is some sort of healing. Six of Discs. The Six of Discs can be anything from going for a job interview. It's a discs energy, and all the disc cards mean authenticity. There's an authentic dialogue that needs to happen between two people, because only the truth shall set you free. Authentic dialogue is a conversation where people get real with each other. Not real is in vomiting your unmet needs, by vomiting your unfulfilled desires, but real in the sense of, this is who I am and this is how I feel. So definitely not real where you vomit your crap from your past, because that's not the purpose of our relationships. Our purpose of our relationships are to love each other, okay? But there's some authentic dialogue that needs to happen here. because the disc's energies are always about authenticity, being real, solid, grounded, okay? One of my favourite cards, that Six of Discs. Your supportive energy, you've got a bit of power working for you this month here. The Magician card, and it's not, but I always get this, I always read this as a Scorpio card, okay? Because it's the 8th house, it's the magic house, it's the ability to manifest, to be the alchemist, to transform one thing into another. But to transform one thing into another means you need to turn up in an authentic way. It also means we need to clear out. We need to be that high priestess. We need to clear out our well, our emotional imprints, the things of the past. So we become this empty vessel. We become the alchemist, basically, which is what Scorpio is meant to be about. We're meant to transform ourselves. That's its highest energy. And we either do it willingly or we do it unwillingly. That is what hell is, and that's what hellish relationships are. That's what not getting your needs met are. There's circumstances we draw to us so we can change from the inside out. If I was you, Scorpio, what I do is I do it willingly now. And I still meet the circumstances, but if you choose to transform willingly, your life gets 99% easier. The choice is yours, but there's some sort of change and alchemic process that needs to happen here. Your challenge is the King of Wands, okay? This could be a person. And there's a bit of a struggle with getting a dialogue with this person. The trick is never the other person. The trick is the Magician card. Transforming from the inside out, because once we change our dynamic, the person either exits our life completely or they change their vibration to meet us. It'll be one or the other, and I'm not sure which one. I might clarify it, or you might get more insight in your relationship reading. 7 of Swords in the relationship house. 7 of Swords, notorious meaning is a deception card. I have to say that because it's always good to say the traditional meaning of it. How I read this card is how your thoughts are stalling you, Scorpio. Because you're stuck in the archway between the past and the present. You're not going forward and you're not going back. You're stuck. And it's right under the 6. It is a desire for a genuine dialogue with someone. You've definitely got the hots for this person, or they've got it for you. It's almost a magnetic pull, spellbinding pull, basically, okay? But you're stuck. It's your thinking that's keeping you stuck, and the Death card is just showing up with it. Again, it's your own card. It's about transformation, leaving the past behind, because look, he's stuck in this archway, he's looking behind him. Shall I walk forward or shall I step back? When essentially there's a skin that needs to be shredded here, an old identity, an old way of relating, Scorpio. Because if we are not fulfilling our own destiny, we are taking too many issues into our relationships, which is not good. That's not the purpose of the Scorpio energy. Purpose of Scorpio is to transform from the inside out. Trust me, guys, I know. I'll clarify this again. Money and work, you've got the Ace of Cups. That's a little bit beautiful. The Ace of Cups is good karma, by the way. I never think that way. I can't bear that thinking, but that card just is. It's the one card that I will actually break the rule and say, this is just some good vibrations coming your way, financially, and work. Some of you might be meeting someone at work because it's right under the Magician card. It's just some really good energy. And the planets are in alignment. It's a meeting with destiny. Some of you are falling in love with someone at work. But my lovely Scorpios, is you're stalling your own process. Or your work is becoming your fierce love, your fierce passion. Because we're here to give. We're here to love. There really is no other purpose on this planet. We can kid on there is, but there really isn't. At a soul level, you've got the Strength card. Some of you might be really drawn to someone, but you're trying to control this relationship, by the way. Maybe because you're not free to go into it yet. But boy, are you in love with this person. I don't know what to say. Didn't expect this reading. The Strength card on its deepest level is about soul unification. Yeah? Which means you've got control of the lion, which is your fears. And you've taken control of it. And you're just going, no. I won't allow my life to be controlled by fear anymore. I will be that magic alchemist. I own my power. And when you take control of that lion, which is your fear, your self-doubts, your self-beliefs, we move into the heart energy. And when we move into the heart energy, we're no longer controlled by our thinking. It's not that it doesn't happen, but you're not controlled by it. Anyhow, outcome, you're still in the Ten of Wands, so you're still in process. And then the Ace of Swords, cutting through the Sword of Kali, the Sword of Truth, which cuts through the illusions to get to the truth of the matter. You know, Scorpio, see, some of you, you're hopelessly in love with someone, but your thoughts are keeping you back. Some of you are transforming your energy. You're moving into that place of service, wanting to work for the divine and the divine alone, okay? And there's still a few relationship issues going on, but they're being transformed, because as you transform one part of your life, the rest of it automatically fits into place. We don't have to search for anything. Everything comes to us. But there's some clearing of the waters that need to happen, because your waters run so deep. And sometimes they become muddy wells, and then our reality becomes distorted and crazy and insane, and we have crap relationships. But it's because our waters have become unclear, and there might be some authentic dialogue, some realness that needs to happen here, Scorpio. And I think you've got an absolutely beautiful reading, by the way. Don't allow yourself to be loved. Don't act that fearful part of Pluto, which is terrified of intimacy and terrified to reveal its true nature, because you become that butterfly by going through the transformation process. Okay, loads of love, Scorpio. Bye.